All right. Someone mic check in Discord for me. Excellent. Thank you. Alrighty, and for the recording, everybody, welcome to StarValley's Town Hall, number 3. Okay, getting right into change logs. I'm going to go back 2 weeks, October 6th. Spin wheel at the casino, properly reset spin every day so that players get 1 free spin. The chips that are with them have also been changed, so you will properly be able to collect if you were to win the biggest. We had some problems where it was too high of a prize, and you weren't able to hold it in your inventory. That will no longer be the case. Printed cash is now good at the money wash. This is some stuff that's done through the FIB heist. This makes it so you don't have to go all the way over to the North Yankton map in order to turn in your loot. Bless you. But this also means that if you don't go over to the North Yankton map, you forfeit the right to your bonus loot, which is loot given from this heist to help you in another heist. But that's player decision there. We noticed that the saving clothing was not actually properly charging people. It actually will now. This only applies if you save an outfit. If you are changing your clothes and you just hit confirm, it will not charge you. But obviously you can't reload that outfit right away. So you're technically renting is what we would call it, and there's no charge for that. But if you have an outfit to load, $500. Bank robberies for the minimum police: Polito Police 3, Pacific Police 4, Fleeca 1, Thermite 2. Basically what this means, if you want to rob a bank for the Fleeca, just the vault, 1 police officer has to be online. Thermite, to get to the secondary vault, inside the vault, is 2, and then so on and so forth, Polito and Pacific. Police and EMS will be able to see each other on the map again. The next 3, basically, I've been removing blips so that people don't get the map glitch. Town Hall building is marked. Definitely note the difference between Town Hall and City Hall. By the way, the gym at the Town Hall is a free gym. It does not require a pass. And that place is open to everybody 24/7. It now has a heli garage. A garage for the helis, land on the pad in the back, and then it also has now a car garage right in front of the double doors in the front. Weapons added to the police armory: minigun, the FNX rifle, and the marksman rifle. So basically we gave them a sniper, kind of a more powerful but burst rifle, I guess you would call it, assault rifle, and then the minigun. The minigun is considered a National Guard asset, so it can only be brought in when the National Guard is needed. Same with the tank and the Buzzard attack helicopter, which are the other 2 police vehicles that were added to the police fleet. Bonuses are all operating as intended. Oh, the crafting system has gotten a blacklist. Basically, these are items that do not get your bonus yields. It is to prevent exploits that can be used to basically duplicate items. So that's why this blacklist is now implemented. Night of Living Hell. Several bugs were fixed. Obviously, we've been running this previously. I've done a lot of work on it, so I'm going to actually be rewriting this again. Essentially, it's going to be the same kind of event. However, you will now have to opt yourself in once the server has been put into the scenario. This is so players are not automatically put into the event in this case that they do not want to participate. But you will now have to put yourself into it if you wish to participate. And it is only available to players when the server has been toggled by an admin. Player houses with helipads have now had a heli garage added to them. You guys can read the fine print. We're not responsible for loss of vehicles in the case that it doesn't operate as you would 100% intended. It should, but I can't control MLOs all the time. So this is why that warning is there. If there's a problem, I'll do everything that I can. Just you got to bring it to my attention. Pawn shop got a hard cap limit. You can only operate 20 items at a time. This is so you do not exceed the player inventory weight limit. And your items are lost. Because we ran into some situations where people were putting 50 to 100 different items crafting at a time, and then the amount of things that you got back basically turned to nothing because you didn't have the proper weight. Police got a big upgrade to their vehicles is the next one. That way they could keep up with criminals and theirs. They also had some mod restrictions that only apply to interior affairs. All banks have just had 50,000 added to the balance. Good for all of you guys. I don't know exactly why I did that, but hey, cool. There you go, guys. All heists have been upgraded with a player death check. Each heist will have its own behavior, but long story short, you're either removed from the heist area so you can no longer participate once you've died, or the heist is script hard-coded ended. If you find that this is not the case in some of these and you're still being able to just die and walk away with the reward, let me know. I need to work on it a little bit more, but as far as I know, all the heists are working with the proper death check installed.
I have a question.
C.
The truck heist, when you guys do the truck heist, we as police show up and we are getting shot at by the guards. So
correct. The guards are not police. The guards are private security who are protecting the trucks. So police also, if they're hostile to you, then you take them out. Unfortunately, that's just because the way that the script has to be done. In order for them to be hostile to the player without any stars, they have to be given their own grouping. And I can't give them two groups. So if you're responding and you get there before the guards have been taken out, then you're there before they've even touched the trucks. So I would just recommend you guys go ahead and kill those guards, and then you guys treat it as a hostile encounter.
Gotcha, okay.
Both results activate the heist server cooldown. Oh, in the event of your death, the heist will still be put on a cooldown like you completed it. This way you can't just go right back in and try as soon as you get picked back up. On the subject of death, let's go ahead and just clarify a couple things for both in RP and out of RP purposes. The definition of metagaming would be applied to the situation if you died and then used any information from that previous life to act in this next life. Essentially what that means is if you're dead, you don't remember anything. You're technically coming back as a new character. Now, we're not going to make you make a whole new character every single time. So you have to treat it like the new life rule. So in our server, When you die, you go down into that last stand. Everybody looks like you're kind of like rolling on the ground. You had too much to drink and you're just holding your stomach. That's last stand. You're not technically dead. If you make it to a hospital before your 300-second timer, you are technically still alive. They saved you. Now, if you call a doctor, AI or non-AI, you're dead. Your new life rule applies. I'll go ahead and repeat it. AI doctor or non-AI doctor, if they come to you and pick you up with a 300-second counter or not a 300-second counter, new life rule applies. The only way you keep your memories, the only way you continue that life, somebody needs to pick your ass up, bring you to the check-in, and you need to go into the hospital. Technically, that would be almost like real life. Now, I understand, not AI players, if you get an EMS guy, yeah, they come save you. But eventually you end up going to the hospital. For RP sakes, any doctor come to you, you're dead. You don't remember anything. The way you survive, the way you keep your memories, is if you make it to the hospital. Any questions?
Argument about that, right?
Say that again?
I said you'll be able to tell the difference. Like you can look over that in case there's an argument about that, right?
Yes. Well, and then also, I mean, pretty much everybody who RPs in our play has some sort of recording. So if you don't come emerging from the hospital building and you're just all of a sudden revived and you're right back into the situation a minute later, obviously we know you got picked up by an AI doctor. But yes, I get a note. We get logs inside the Discord every single time somebody calls an AI doctor. So you just need to note the time that the event happened, and I can go into the logs and check, well, they use the AI doctor, so they're dead. Good question. Any others? All right. I will take that as everybody understands the difference. Error preventing melting items at the pawn shop has been corrected. Debug info created during inventory events has been increased. This basically just means that I get more logs every single time your inventory changes. This is because we were having some problems with inventory things. I went back through, made more logs. I could figure out what was going on. We fixed it. Nobody should be losing inventory. If you do, we still can fix that. Let us know, obviously. But this helps. It's pretty much just an admin side. Notifications to players during certain inventory events will be presented on screen in the tradition notification fashion for players. This is a little bit more of the debug information. Basically, if you have too much inventory space, or if you don't have enough inventory space, or you have too much weight on you, you now will be notified with a little bit more information so you can figure out why you're not getting your items. Police, y'all got new plate and vehicle speed radar. I've been hearing how much y'all love it already. So, any other questions on that?
I get it. I love it.
All right, awesome.
I do got a question for understanding this portion when it comes to the police, because one of my vehicles in my garage, when I go to call for it, it tells me that it's bringing it, and then all of a sudden when I track it, it tells me it's not in the depot. What does that mean?
Come to the police department and see if it's an impound. If it was left on a sidewalk, unattended, we put it in impound just to kind of protect you. We're technically I'm not gonna charge you for it just because it's just protecting your vehicle from anybody else stealing it. So
Okay. Because I remember buying it at one of the shops and parking it in a spot, but then I left and did something else, and when I came back, I never saw that vehicle again. So that's why I was curious of where that could have been. But okay.
Is it a BMW?
No, it's a Mercedes, one of the G wagons.
Okay, yeah. Come after this meeting, just come over there, and I know that there is one in there.
It's either there or it's at the vehicle depot that you could get out on your own.
Okay.
There's two different ways to do it. You could do impound, or there's depot. If they do depot, it goes into the garage where you could go get it on your own. You pay a price and you get it back. You don't need a police officer. But there is reasons to use the impound option, and it's basically to force players to come to the police and be like, hey, this is my car, I was told, or I'm just seeing if it's an impound. If it is, then they probably have some questions for you. Same kind of thing happens inside real life. My brother impounds cars all the time that are in the wrong place at the wrong time. A lot of the times he tells me it's just, wrong place, wrong time, but there's that 1 out of 10 chance that, the right dumbass decides to come in and be like, hey, I was robbing a bank the other day and I think you guys took my car, so can I get it back? And they're like, we need to talk about the robbery, so how about you come on back here in some cuffs and we'll get it back to you in a few weeks. So that is why that option exists. I don't think they're misusing it. I think they've pretty much been doing it right. So if anybody else feels differently, please speak now. All right. I'd say you guys are good. The next one was garages. For some reason, house garages were acting up again. Basically, personal garages inside the pocket houses were not interacting correctly. That has been reworked and fixed. If anybody else continues to have a problem with their personal garage, that is the garage attached to your pocket house, which is sold to you through the realtor, please make a ticket. Seatbelts have been reconfigured. I personally have noticed a lot less getting thrown out of the car. There is now basically... Yeah? You don't like this one? You pipe down over there. Alright. Sorry about that. So, basically... Everybody's been given a little guardian angel on their shoulder while you're driving because there was a lot of ridiculousness going on with the seatbelts. People being thrown out at low speeds, people just being thrown out regardless. So if you're still being thrown out, like the car doesn't want you inside of it, let me know.
Driver.
I'm probably going to revert to driver error, but I'm definitely, like I said, all this stuff is a mod of a mod of a mod, so I will do everything I can to fix it. Degradation rates for skills to the gym decreased by a factor of 3. Essentially, it was every hour there would be a tick down, and that is whether you were online or offline. So, it is now every 3 hours that your skills degrade. I need everybody to kind of go ahead and check for me. Yeah, we had some people say that their skills were resetting. I did do some work on it on the gym system yesterday and the day before. So if you were doing some stuff while I was doing it, it is very possible that you guys could have gotten reset. On that note, this is not a change, but I do want to ask. Gym is a lot of grinding. I 100% can understand why or if people don't go. To make it more enticing, I already have a little random chance of you just getting an extra bonus gym skill, but would you guys like... Maybe we could do like a pre-workout shake item. to where you could take it, it lasts for a certain duration, and if you were to go work out under the influence of this, it will increase the amount of skill gained by a certain factor.
I think the drink thing would be a nice little addition.
All right, so that'll be something that we'll get into the mix very soon.
Hey, Nikolai, there is one question I have for you.
Sure. Go for it.
In those diving areas that is all over the map, is
Yep.
there really anything down there?
Correct.
There is or no?
There is. Use your third eye.
Okay.
But yeah, there's supposed to be like coral, and there's supposed to be 3 different types of coral that are down there that you could get. And I mean, at the moment, I think all you could do is sell that stuff. But that might be... I like to make uses for all items, that's all I'll say.
I know, but I was just asking because, I mean, I've went down so many areas and I could not find anything, so I didn't know if I was just overlooking it or I just didn't know if...
I'll take a look, but I know for a fact you need to use your third eye on it. But I'll take a look at it.
Get it and I'll let you know.
All right. Player cop limit for wanted star system to be disabled increased from 2 to 3. Basically, as soon as 3 cops get online, the star system is turned off. NPC cops no longer appear. Water and food depletion rate decreased by a factor of, by 25%. So you should be drinking and eating less often. The news job expanded. That really only applies to Manish and his, but for really everybody else, when you guys are doing an event or you guys want to do like give Manish a call, send him a text on the phone, like get the news involved so that his job is, you know, fulfilled. Because I mean, if he don't know, he's just kind of stumbling around the city trying to figure out where the wee-woos are coming from.
So we got a big story for him coming up.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, we'll go over that because that's...
Yeah, and the thing that'll make that easier for me, because I know you guys want me to use the actual lower third and stuff and make it like a real news blurb and stuff like that. If you could send the info in an actual text message, I think I'm able to copy it and I can use that info to just easily make the report so that when I post it, it looks a little more official.
I like it. Yeah, and use your iPhone for those texts because it'll notify him. You get a notification and it's on your screen as soon as you log in. If you're offline and you get a message, pops up in the top left. Sweetheart, her TV. Babe. Babe!
Yeah, I see those. That's why I said it makes it easy for me because I think I'm able to cursor over it,
Do you have that at
copy
like
the
1,000
information
volume?
that's been sent to me in the text message, and then I can actually post it.
See the pictures in Discord and shit?
I see them in Discord, but the way we were told to handle it was that we don't, as the news, I'm not supposed to take out of game content that I wouldn't know about and bring it into the game. So I can't
But
use
if
Discord.
it's posted in game,
So
I
here's...
feel like you can.
And then here's the difference. It's... Where is it? iPhone... No. No. Alright, I need to double check, and because the iPhone category in Discord is technically in-city public RP knowledge.
Oh, okay.
I need to double check on the photos side of it where it says posts. Because I think every photo that anybody takes is being posted there.
Right, and I remember last meeting we brought that to the table, or at least I did, because
and I
I
want
didn't know
to
if that was going to
bring it
be
back.
considered out of game, because it's not something that I would have actual knowledge to unless one of the players said, hey, I have this photo or I have this video and I want to sell this information to you, versus me saying, oh, one of my hackers got a hold of this video or this photo, bringing it from Discord into the game kind of situation.
Yeah. No, damn. I think it is mixed, and that is my fault. But iPhone category is in-city RP public knowledge. The iPhone... We'll just use that.
Okay.
I will double check and make sure,
and
because...
just so that people know, I'm still trying to get the hang of what the commands and what I'm able to use. So if I'm not moving fast enough, please just bear with me.
Oh, it takes time.
Yeah. Let me... Hang on one second. I'm going to go pull that up so that I can make sure that I check that as soon as this meeting's over. So give me 1 second. Go open that up. GKS phone. I'll just open up both of you. Alright, so there's a photo. And we'll go over that later. Alright. So yeah, we'll go with that. You know, from here on, whatever's in the iPhone category in Discord is basically everything that you would find on your phone. And we understand it's easier to look at it in Discord. Because the Twitters, I mean, that's everything that everybody posts back and forth. That's all public knowledge. The yellow pages, the job posting, all that's public knowledge. Instagram, all of it. So...
And then one thing I want to ask are the crafting categories. In certain situations, I've been told that like under certain categories, you can do like either, for instance, for working with cannabis, you're able to make butter, you're able to craft weapons, you're able to do certain things like that. But when I go into my categories, I have nothing for crafting. Like I can't craft or do anything, it looks like.
So you won't have anything in your job as long as you're logged into the news, because I don't know what you would... The job crafting for you will be empty as far as that's concerned. There is some items, if they're going into the job crafting menu, that are specifically tied to a job. The only ones that are universal would be under the universal category, the blunt category, and the joint category. So if you have nothing under those three, then your skill level, you just don't have a high enough skill level to craft. But you should at least have butter. And even at 0, in joints, blunts, and universal, you'll at least have the regular joint, a regular blunt, and butter to start crafting. So I go ahead and check for me now in those menus and make sure you have something.
Like universal, in the universal crafting menu, when I bring it up, it just shows me a universal crafting menu, and then there's nothing there. Let me back up.
Go to joint.
Go to crafting. Joint crafting menu. Yeah, I have a whole list for that.
Okay, so T/check XP for me and tell me what it says.
Okay.
Smoke, are you literally trying to walk out of here with a T? What the hell are you?
Like when I do
check XP?
Oh, check XP, check.
I'm just gonna put this in my car real quick.
No, I think you need to go take a seat. Maybe put that back on the wall.
It says I have a 0 crafting XP.
Okay, so you haven't crafted anything yet.
Oh, okay. So as I go in and craft and it brings that XP up, that will open up other things.
Correct.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, because I was
Correct.
wondering about that because I was like, wait a minute. I was like, in game, I was working with one of the cannabis clubs, and he was like, yo, if you can make butter, then that'll be something that you can do for me too.
Yep.
But when I was looking for it, I'm like, I don't even see it as an option for me to do anything.
Universal, you should at least have butter.
Yeah, right now I don't have anything in Universal, but it makes sense if my crafting level is at 0. I think once I get it up there, that'll
Yeah.
show up.
Roll some joints. I think butter is the first thing you unlock on your
Gotcha.
Universal crafting menu.
Okay.
And it's probably the simplest thing to craft and one of the things that everybody goes for to really grind out. So, but every single grown drug uses butter. So if you want to make some side money that is not illegal, sell butter to the drug dealers. What they do with it is illegal. But you being the butter salesman, you are 100% safe.
Oh no, that's why I realized that was a good market for me to make extra cash in
Yep.
game was to grow to sell to the dispensaries, and then to figure out what I could craft to sell to everybody else. But it was just I could not find anything. But it makes sense that I haven't crafted. Once I bring that XP up, other things will unlock. So now I get that.
Yep. And talk around city, ask other people who are really good at crafting. Smoke, goddammit, put that back up on the wall.
Smoke is trying to take the shit home. Smoke's trying to redecorate his crib.
All right.
Oh, and Smoke, I know that we need to talk because I was told that there's a storyline that you want to work with me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's a few storylines that are going on right now. Like I said, we'll go over it because there is a terrorist plaguing our city right now. But
SVPD.
I said terrorist.
Yes, I know that.
One single terrorist.
SVPD. That's the terrorist around this motherfucker.
All right, I'm gonna keep going.
I was about to call the cops earlier.
Oh, you gotta get up out of here.
No, I'm meaning someone came in wigging me the fuck out earlier.
We'll just save those for police reports. I'm gonna keep going. Supreme Court Justice position, job created, mayor job and title have been created. Basically, I've expanded those so that the mayor is going to actually start hiring on staff of his own in the sense of security and legal cases. Or legal matters, I should say. So, we are looking for judges and a Supreme Court judge. The news studio, we're still working that out. The Lost MC got their hideout upgraded. New services were added to the Android phone. You'll now know if the mayor is online or any news reporters are online. And you can use that services app in your Android phone to call those people directly. That is also why I said you let the news guy know, let Manish know, go to the services app. You don't even need his number. You can call him right from there. Go back. The city borders have been removed, so I'm going to go ahead and skip that. Garages have been going around and adding them to random businesses. If your business does not have one, please let me know. Make a ticket. I will get to it. Fleeca Bank has been renovated. All of the Fleeca banks have been renovated. Reconfigured the trash searching to make it a little bit more, I guess, useful when you start. New in the city. For one, you don't have to wait 60 seconds in order to go from one trash can to the next. I don't even understand how that would make
I see how you
sense.
see.
But yeah, you can search through garbage a lot better now. Consumable items like joints, cigarettes, blunts, anything that would require an ignition source now requires a lighter. All you have to do is have the lighter in your pocket or in your inventory. That's it. It doesn't have nothing special. Just have it in your inventory. Otherwise, you'll get a notification that you lack an ignition source. Robbing houses has become a little bit better. There's 2 new search locations inside every house. One is inside the bathroom, where you can find prescription drugs. The other one is in the living room. And then obviously, like I said, you can now find prescription drugs, so the loot for those has been reconfigured as well. You're no longer 100% guaranteed to be wanted for B&Es when you're robbing houses. It's now more of a random chance kind of thing, because obviously if no one's home, no one's around, you do it at the right time. Real life, they'd have to report it after the fact. So it's more random now instead of every single time you leave a house. With that said, when you go into a house to rob, there's now an increased risk. There is about a 20% chance that a ped with a revolver is going to be standing in the living room ready to shoot your ass. And I'll tell you this, one hit, you're done. Because by the time you get back up, he's already cocked in another fucking round and ready to shoot you again, and it only takes 2 for the revolver to kill you. That is why that gun will never be in a player's hands, because it's a 2-hit quitter. The issue preventing the smokables, that's been fixed. Players will notice a new app on the Android phone. It's all cosmetic, still in work in progress. Jewelry store robbery weapon list updated so that it includes more of the weapons available to players so that you could rob with every weapon. If there's still a weapon that is not in that list, or if you're robbing the store and it tells you that your weapon is not strong enough, please report. Please open a ticket and tell me what weapon you were trying to use. We already went over tweaks to the living hell. NPC taxi, T/call taxi. It actually works. Basically, it will bring in an NPC taxi for you to be driven around in. It does cost per kilometer, so the further you go, the more it costs. I went from Polito all the way down into the city, and it was about $600. So if you go inner city, you'll probably be looking at like 200 or less. Once the taxi arrives at your location, be careful. When they're pulling up, it is an NPC script, okay? It's not the smartest motherfuckers around. It's not an AI. They can run you over. Just get out of the way. I don't want a ticket where you're like, my NPC ran me over when I called a taxi, and now I'm broke because I've revived about 100 times before making this ticket. So, yeah, I'm warning you now so that doesn't occur. I will not answer a ticket for the taxi unless the taxi is actually broken. Prescription items have been updated to better describe the item and the effect that it has on the player. Borders are removed. The lucky chance for the gym skill extra point has been increased to 16%. 2 new ammo types, grenade and miniguns, making the minigun and grenade launchers accessible again. Again, going around adding business garages. If your business does not have a garage, please let me know. A new pawn shop has opened up in Polito Bay. This is the same exact one as the one inside the city, only it's in Polito. They are not cross-compatible, meaning if you go drop something off up in Polito and you go pick it up down in the city, they're not going to have it in the city for you. You have to stay in Polito. Or vice versa. The scrapyard will now take any vehicle so long as it's not unowned, or so long as it is not owned. So basically, if you rob a ped and you steal their vehicle, you can take it there and it gives you scrap. It's another way to illegally do scrap items. Black Market, big update to them. He is now 100% random. Before, it was me going in and changing the location every few days whenever I remembered. Now, every single server restart, he actually is in a random location. Sorry. If you want to know where that location is, though, you can spend your time going to Go Postal and delivering packages. You not only have the opportunity to get crypto sticks, which can be turned in for extra crypto on the QB phone, you can also have a chance to go deliver to the black market, giving you the location. And then anytime you do find the black market, let me just go ahead and tell you this as a little helpful hint. Pull out your iPhone, go to GPS app, and make a GPS marker. Because then you have the location forever, and then you only need to find another 9. Because there are 10 random locations. The black market now sells unique types of ammo, this being the RPGs at 10,000 a pop. Bonus items from scrapping has been changed. The percentage to get a bonus item has been changed to a 1 to 18 chance to a 1 to 12 chance. Making it a little bit more frequent of a bonus. And then the very last change, the range at which voice travels has been increased by 30%. Let's just say the winds have picked up a little bit in the city. So your voice travels farther. And that's the last of the change logs, really. If we've got any, I'm going to open the floor. Any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions that we would like to maybe make into change the city? Whoever's at the podium can go ahead and let's let them speak. Use your Discord so that everybody can hear you.
It's a butterfly.
Mr. Smoke, the floor is yours.
Can't hear you, Smoke.
Use your Discord, homie. That way everybody can actually hear you.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
my bad.
Yeah, there you go.
How about we get some attachments in the black market? You know, steady mags, some switches or something like that.
The attachments are in your crafting menu, and only those who have the crafting skill to do can craft them.
I mean, true, but you know, if a person wanted to just go ahead and buy it instead of
Crafting and all that.
trying
All right.
to grab all that material.
It's not going to be cheap, but
Yeah.
we'll put them in there, ranging from 10 to 50,000 a pop.
Holy shit.
I said it's not going to be cheap.
Depending on like you know,
I'm obviously not going to make a
like
flashlight.
Draco 100 mag.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Drum
that.
mags are going to be around the 50,000 market. The silencers, 50,000 marker. No, but I mean, I get it. $50,000 for a fucking grip. I'd react the same exact way. I will make it make sense. Grips will be on the lower end, obviously, but like drum mags and shit like that, you know, where it turns a 30 round magazine into 150. Like, I've obviously got to make it, you know, a little bit.
Understandable. We get it. I
Yeah.
think that'll be all right.
You know, and then you're paying to shortcut a grind that is meant to be at the very end of the grindstone. You know?
Right. But hey, person want to pay, you know.
You're right, exactly. If you want to pay, all right, you could play. Exactly. So I'm all for that. I will make that adjustment inside the black market, and we'll get attachments in there, and I will post them, which ones they are. Because it is also very hard for players to find the black market right now. I'm pretty sure nobody knows where it is. There's only one location that I have publicly identified. So, anybody else? I will actually... give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and post in development. NPC Taxi is not coming soon. It is done. Black market to get attachments for sale. 10 to 50K. All right. Mr. Geet, the floor is
We have the
yours.
ability to track each other. Shouldn't we have the ability to gain the same technology?
You want gangs to be able to see each other's locations?
Well, I just want the technology of being able to track anybody, really. But if
No,
we have the equipment,
because that's going to get into such a slippery slope, and I don't want to even have to develop the whole script in order to do a tracker. Because tracking from cops can only go onto a player with a warrant, and it's after you've served jail time. So there will be a very good reason why the cops always need to know where that player is.
like in IRL, I could just stick an Apple tag in my old lady's butthole and I could track her, right? So
This
I'll be able to
is,
do that.
yeah, correct. But, I mean, this is still GTA.
All right, I'll keep trying.
Anything else? Anyone else?
My only issue, of course, is going to be the gate on my house. If it's not physically working, we need to let people know that they still need to treat my gate as if it's locked.
I mean, that should go without saying. Private property, regardless, is private property. That's RP 101. Like, if you don't own the property, then it's not your private property, and you shouldn't be there unless you have permission, unless it's public property. So, players' houses are private property. If police are there without a warrant or without proper cause, then nothing applies that they find. Players, if they're trespassing, can go to jail. You can press charges. So, yeah, 150%. Private property needs to be treated like private property.
I'm not saying that anyone has done anything. I just know since we're having an issue with it, it's just one of the things I wanted to make sure that I understood how the ruling and rules go for that.
Yep. And I'm glad you actually brought that up, because there are a couple people who have, like, their gates are doing kind of the same thing. As soon as I put a lock on it, you can either the gate disappears or the gate just doesn't work, or, you know, some random 5M garbage. So private property 100% is private property without probable cause. And if you're trespassing, it is up to the owner if they want to press charges. And also, I live in Florida, which is a stand your ground state. So this city is also a stand your ground state. So guess what, boys? If you're trespassing on private property,
Chitty chitty bang bang.
exactly. Guess what? If you get gunned down and that cop goes over there, that cop ain't gonna do shit to that homeowner, because they're just gonna put you in a body bag, call it a day.
Well, make sure you ask a couple questions, because your house is actually seen in satellite images. I can see that thing from space. So anybody who's new comes on here, they're gonna go, "Holy shit, what is this place? Let's check it out."
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I do get that, but
at the same time, like I said, stand your ground state. If you feel threatened, that's your home, private property.
And you can't guarantee that all new players are gonna come to this meeting. So,
Well, I post it, so I mean, there's only so much I could do, you know.
yeah.
What is that? What is that part of the law? Negligence is not an excuse. Ignorance is not an
yep.
excuse. Just because you don't know the law, don't mean it don't apply to you. Sorry.
Yeah, and if you got somebody at your house at gunpoint, make sure you call us. We'll come and take it.
Random
Yeah.
cancel law that extends to your vehicle.
I'm sorry?
I mean, your vehicle has its own rights. If it's locked without probable cause, they can't go through it. If it's parked legally, no one can do anything to it. If somebody breaks into it, obviously that's a break-in. What other kind of rights do you want for your vehicle?
What's the same rate you got from my house? If I feel threatened, I can smoke.
You do whatever.
But I mean, even with the vehicle unlocked, they still can't go into it, right?
I can walk up to any vehicle and check the trunk.
Probably got a warrant to search it, right?
Now, if they find something in there and there's no probable cause to have entered it, just because it was unlocked doesn't mean that they can go into it. So again, it gets into the situation of why there's a court system and why we go through cases and trials and whatnot. If they didn't have probable cause, just because it's unlocked doesn't mean it's probable cause.
Yeah, and if you're driving around with a body part hanging out of the trunk, you know you're gonna get pulled over. Or blood dripping and it's not oil.
Yeah, that being said, your car can, if you hit a ped, your car can get blood splatter. So,
Or if the police hit one of us.
Or if you hit a person,
Yeah.
your car have blood splatter too.
We kind of had
Yeah.
a picture of one, you know.
Or a deer or a rabbit.
And then I have another question when it comes to the guns in the ammo store.
sweetheart.
I thought we didn't need a permit to actually purchase the shotgun because I noticed in the store the shotgun nor shotgun ammo is available.
Correct. Any weapon inside ammunition can be purchased without a permit. Now, that being said, if it's used in a case where, and then, it's unregistered, that makes it a slippery slope on why it's not registered, blah, 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 blah. But these are not weapons that require a permit. So if you have anything that is inside ammunition, it is legal for you to hold on your character as a personal defense weapon.
Right, but if you have a permit, I thought you were supposed to be able to purchase other weapons in ammunition.
Correct.
Because I have a permit. I went to the PD, got the photo, did the fingerprinting, but I'm not able to do anything other than what the typical stuff is.
Now, hold on. Did they actually write you a weapons permit?
They took everything and said I had a permit. They didn't actually give me anything.
Okay, hold on a second. Manish Ways?
Yep.
You...
And I think I have one or two weapons currently registered.
I have one weapon registered to you. Oh no, there are two. There are two numbers in here. So I don't think you have the actual
Card.
Yeah, I don't think you have the actual permit because I'm not seeing any subscriptions on your account. Hold on. I thought you were supposed to be able to see that in here.
And I thought I would actually have a card in inventory. That's what I thought. But that's why I was like, I don't have anything, and I didn't know how to fix that.
No, it's basically more so something that's just like it's metadata in the background.
Have a card.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so I thought you were supposed to be able to see that shit.
You were? I don't understand. That's weird. Because when I go grant license, it grants him a license and he can see the card. It used to work. Or
It did. It used to. You used to be able to.
There is a waiting period of 3,000 days.
Oh, what? 3,000 days. Holy shit.
Wow, that is a very long waiting period.
Yeah, god damn.
At
Maybe you
best,
actually gotta go to City Hall.
I've waited 10 days for mine.
Maybe you have to actually go to City Hall and acquire the license.
Right, and I did go to City Hall under licensing, but I still only saw drivers and ID.
Then you wasn't granted one.
Yeah, I don't know if they gave you or if they actually gave one to you. So T/.
Perhaps you didn't pay the fee.
Say again.
Did you pay the fee?
Give.
I wasn't
it's-
told that there was one, but I mean, if need be, it can be paid. That's
Grant.
no
You're doing grant license.
Yep. What's your ID?
problem. 3.
TV down. Damn junkie.
That the fee goes into the
That
policeman's
ain't worth like
retirement fund.
$150 in the pawn shop.
I'm not worried about where the fee goes. I just want to make sure my character can do his thing.
All right. Check your inventory.
No, it's not an actual item.
Yeah, I just saw the notification pop up on the screen that I was granted a license.
Yo, fix my gun license too. Remember y'all
So
paying
who
but I still don't have
do I need to send the fee to, and how much is the fee?
we
We'll
already
discuss it.
we already took care of you.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
It's on the house. It's on a case by case. So if smoke comes in, it's going to be
Yeah,
higher.
kinda
fee.
like-
Yeah. Oh,
I'm broke, man.
Right.
big necklace, gold made out of diamond shape. Is it your bro?
Man, this is a family heirloom, dog.
Yeah.
All about
now,
Christ.
Hey man, I got family.
Where were you able to see this before? Because I know you were able to see this.
It's a little red card. It used to be. It's like a little red card. I'll take care of your weapons in a minute, but it's a little red card that shows up. But
Yeah, but where?
it would be in their inventory because I saw it.
Yeah, I don't see anything in my inventory, but I did see the green notification on the screen say that I was granted a license.
No, it used to be in y'all's menu for
Yeah, when you're
the.
looking at it, when you go to that person, when you are looking at their fingerprint and go search their shit, then you should be able to see all their
That's
weapons.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I used to be able to see it inside this K menu on your guys' police tablet.
The license, all their cars that they own, everything.
Let me see. Maybe it'll pop up. Huh. Weird.
How much is the license so I can save up the money?
We didn't come up with a price.
We can go through and figure it out. If you're doing them one by one, you should be all right. So we'll figure it out.
So, like, Smoke, you own property, right? Okay, I'll just do
Property.
Brandon.
But, yeah, I don't know if I want to answer that one.
I have a house.
Yeah, y'all's properties, all that stuff ain't showing up.
Good, they know where we live.
That's not the point. It needs to be in here for, like,
Maybe it needs an update.
Actually, his properties does come up.
what? Where?
It's coming up. You just put in his name in profile, and then you click on his name, and it shows his properties, his vehicles.
His license.
And is there a limit to how many pieces of property we can own?
It does show your weapons license.
Yes, it is a limit.
And what would that limit be?
I'm thinking 3 or 4.
Now,
I'll go with
when I say
3.
this, I'm saying that on the grounds of also including like property that's for a business, not like my own personal home.
No,
How many?
I'm talking about keys. Basically,
Oh, okay.
in general, I believe it's 3 or 4, but I could be mistaken.
The only reason I say that because I have my eye on another piece of property, and I wanted to make sure what my limit was before I try to do anything.
I want to say you're at it because you have.
Oh yeah, got you because of the business, and then the other two. Okay,
Well,
Yeah,
the business doesn't actually have a pocket house though.
gotcha.
So you can have one more property, and basically that means one more pocket house. So
Okay.
at 3,
Okay, that works.
you're done, just because that's what I can't even change that if I wanted to.
That's what's built
No,
in
that's
QB
right, and that's what I wanted to make sure of, because there is one more piece of property that I'm looking at and I'm eyeballing, but I wanted to know what my limit was before I do anything.
8 months rough work.
Oh no, that's the luxuries of owning a film company. When you own the news and the recording studio and things like that, you know, that's that revenue.
Everything comes through you, pretty much.
That's the revenue.
Is it coming up for you, Nick, about his properties?
No,
Yeah,
that
I got
all of
that
that
other
stuff
thing
is
on
not
there.
coming up for me.
That's weird.
Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good?
Yo, yo.
What's happening, OG? We
What's good, my boy?
in the middle of a meeting, the shit city town hall weekly meeting.
Yep.
Oh, right on.
Just going over things and
Change logs and open up everybody to, kind of.
questions, comments, concerns, anything. We just putting it all on the table right now.
You.
Oh, and Smoke, I need to know if I can line up with you too from that incident that happened in the casino where it awarded me the 10,000 chips and then I couldn't carry them.
Oh, that's a good one. I think the weight is gonna need to be adjusted on them.
I did.
Not sure where
Yeah,
it's at.
yeah.
I did. But we need to give it to him.
Okay. We'll get you right.
Oh, no problem.
223. Claim 223. There is.
Oh, and I will mention that there is a shortcut to seeing what your player ID is if people don't already know this. You can just hit M and bring up your Android phone and it will tell you your ID at the top of the phone.
Sweet. Good looking at.
Yep.
Had a great day flying.
That's way easier.
Give me just a second. I got to step away to fix a printer issue real quick.
Nope, you're good.
You smoke?
Alright. Yeah, I don't know why it's not coming up for me. You just go into profile, search the name, and click them, and everything starts showing up for you. You don't have to do anything else, like paste in a fingerprint or something.
Sir, you're right. Putting my hands up.
Smoke, come back here and take them off. Come here, take them off.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is all about. I'll have to check into that. But if there's nothing else anybody else has, I think we could just about adjourn.
Hey, Smoke, don't forget the TV.
No, you can forget the TV. You're actually going to want to forget the TV, considering you have a cop right here.
Oh no, man, it's all you. I'm leaving her.
It's my TV, man.
I don't arrest people. I'm just, keeping all the
I left
wheels
it here.
turning. Oh, you left it here.
This is mine. I let
Alright.
him use it.
Alright, I guess I'll go get another one. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna need this back. I need something to play 2K on.
Yeah, go for it.
You don't even know how to play 2K, though.
Crazy as hell.
Okay, I'm back.
Playing that 2K99, ain't you?
25. Hey, manage, hold this for me, dog.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Just,
There is actually one last thing that there are a few new events that I have in mind coming up.
And I'll put it in the trunk and we'll bring it to the shop later. The shop needs some TVs anyway. That way I have something to watch when I come in there while y'all working on my whip.
I know, right?
We're always
Oh,
working
and-
on your cars.
And Nick, just as a heads up to you, I've been on the back end learning how to set up the servers and what goes into reading it, the coding. Because I like eventually, if there's some way that I can help, I wouldn't mind doing it. But I'm trying to learn it as fast as I can.
I hear you.
Damn.
I like
Yeah,
it.
I started 2 vanilla servers of my own and played with them on the QB side of the setup, but there's still a lot that I haven't figured out.
Yeah. If you don't have a background in coding, there's a lot that you'll learn. It'll feel overwhelming, but you can pick it up pretty quick. But if you got any questions, let me know.
Oh yeah, I know coding. The only because I use Visual Studio. The only issue that I had was I was installing, say for instance, like the Malibu Mansion, and I went to try to install the DLC, but then when I went in and loaded in 5M, the house wasn't there. So I'm not 100% sure if I was because I was following the README files to place everything where it wanted me to, but I'm not sure if it was for the like in-game 5M game or if it was like the solo player game type setup.
You talking about the Stark house?
Not the Stark house. I think it might have been the house that Bruin has. I think they call it the Malibu Mansion, but it was slightly edited differently. But I'm not sure when I went in and edited things, and I was using Open4 to actually go in and place the files and
OpenIV,
certain things
yeah.
like that. Yeah. I did it, but I'm not for sure if I needed to go in and like run the script or something like that for it to actually implement it in. So I'm not sure. Like that's why I say these are things that I was just playing around with on the back end yesterday, trying to get an understanding of, because I was like, yeah, I know it takes a lot, but I was just trying to understand exactly where things go, how they go, so that like if I want to bring something in, I can test it first and then say, here, this works, and this is what I'd like to try to bring in, kind of situation.
Anything you can bring over into this server, you'd be able to bring in over there.
Okay.
It sounds like there may be. I mean, look through the server logs when it's starting up, and that'll pretty much point you in the right direction on whether it's even picking it up or not.
Oh yeah, because it'll give you the little errors on what it's not reading or finding.
Yeah, exactly. And if nothing's in there about it at all, because it should, on startup, it goes through every single resource, as long as it is inside your server config.
Right, because I saw in there where it made me make like a mod folder and an update folder and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I was like, okay, hopefully I did it right. But if not, I'm not worried. I just deleted it, started over, and did the same thing a few times.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, let me know if you got any questions, or one of these times we can share your screen and you can show me kind of what's up.
Oh yeah,
and we'll run through it. The only thing that I have is the 3 new event types that I'm going to be making up soon. Heist Mania is going to go right in hand with Thank You for Your Service. Essentially, one of them is the criminal side, the other one is going to be the police side. Heist Mania should be pretty self-explanatory. Essentially, your heists are going to be twice as profitable for a period of time. With that being said, like I said, it goes hand in hand with Thank You for Your Service, which will play on the police side and give them an actual reward for arresting players. We'll also be turning up the wanted star system so that will continue going, even with 3 or more cops, basically. Just part of the whole event thing to make it, because criminals will be doing more heists, there will be more increased police activity. That'll be the most recent one coming up. The other one is, how do you turn this on? This will be more of like a puzzle event that'll be activated and left on for like an entire month. And those that have solved the puzzle inside the city at the conclusion of the event will be given a random set of rewards that are going to be coded into it. There will be more details on that as I test it. But that is all I have, and if anybody else or if nobody else has anything else, we can go ahead and be all done.
No, I'm good. I just want the police to let me know if they took my car for no reason.
Yeah, meet
Yeah.
us at the police station. I'll be there.
Yep.
No problem.
Matter of fact, I'll give you a ride there because I mean,
I mean, it's fine, yeah, because I parked my car in the garage up front, so I mean, I'm not worried.
is that it? Is that we done here?
Yep. Meeting adjourned. Thanks everybody for coming.
All righty, I'll meet you out front.